Sri Yechury for personal explanation.
Yeah, sir.
On what
Sir.
has been stated against you, please.
Yes, personal
No,
as
please,
well.
please.
I'm asking you, personal as well as some other wrong facts. That
No,
the
you
minister
say, I
explained.
am giving,
Personal first.
yeah.
Sir, I don't want,
Altogether take 5 minutes.
Sir,
Ah.
I do not want to be personal at all.
Ah.
If the Honorable Minister wants to be personal, it's her business. It's not mine. And I don't stoop to that level. I am asking you as the Deputy Chair sitting on the chair. Today in the Facebook, in the Twitter, there are various accounts that will be there. In my name, there are 6 accounts in the Facebook. Can I read them out and say and present it here without any authentication? Can I say that is evidence? I'm asking you, can you give a ruling or you want to consult your staff? You go that and give your ruling. But you rule on this. This is important. Otherwise, such canards and such obscene level of arguments will be made. Second, the question is that what Rohit Vemula is supposed to have written to me on his Facebook post. Why I'm saying it's not personal is that in that post that minister has read out, there is a date where Rohit Vemula was part of a public meeting in the University of Hyderabad, a large public meeting, where this issue was openly discussed, where the question of Lal Salam or Jai Bhim was an issue that was discussed, and where I had said it is Lal Salam, Jai Bhim and Inqilab Zindabad. That is what we are working for. That argument was on with Rohit Vemula. I would have argued, because my tradition is let 100 flowers bloom, let 1,000 thoughts contend. My tradition is not creating circumstances that will lead that child to commit suicide. That is what you have done. You have pushed the child to commit murder. It is virtually a murder. You have done that. And you give this as the evidence. And what is this great evidence and point scoring, sir? About Rohit, there are so many of these. Here is a letter that is written 1 month before he committed suicide. Authenticated by the university, where he says, give us some rope and give us poison so that we can commit suicide. In this 1 month, I am asking you, sir, in this 1 month, did anybody from the authorities talk to the Dalit students? Talk to Rohit Vemula? Is that how they are now justifying the administration? With regard to JNU, they say the security guards have given the evidence that these slogans were shouted. So one security guard there, by an agency appointed by the university, and that is taken as evidence. There is a committee that was formed, the proctorial committee by JNU, that settled that issue. After that, it was reopened again by the ministry. And then all the rest of it follows, what we all described yesterday. So all based on untruths, sir. I'm sorry to say. They're all based on untruths. Manufactured Department of Manufactured Things. Just
No,
now,
please, don't comment.
just
No
now the
commentary.
Honorable Minister has said there was a Dalit in that inquiry committee in the Hyderabad University. Yes, there was a Dalit professor who was the Dean of Students' Welfare. He was,
No, please don't
he
make
was
such
as
comments.
the Dean of Students' Welfare there. He gave his dissenting note and he quit that committee. Therefore, don't hold that Dalit teacher to be responsible for that action that has been recommended. These are all distortions of facts. And I must beseech to you, without any of these facts being established, nothing should go on record of this parliament. Nothing should go on record of this parliament, otherwise give us that adequate amount of time. Are you permitting any quotes from cyberspace to be treated as evidence? Are you permitting such untruths to be said and gotten away with because there is no time for discussion? Are you going to permit this sort of a thing? And what about Mahishasura, sir? You come from a state called Kerala. You observe a festival called Onam. Do you know what Onam stands for? Malayalis think that Onam is the day when Mahabali comes back to life to spend 1 day with the Malayalis, and all the Malayalis out of sheer joy, celebrate Onam. And who is Mahabali in the other tradition of the same Hinduism? He was the king of the Asuras, the Rakshasas. In order to kill him, Vishnu comes in the Vaman Avatara. And he says, I want 3 feet of land. One Vishnu in his full form comes, occupies heaven. One he occupies the earth. Then he says, where do I put my 3rd feet? And on Mahabali's head, he pushes him to Patal Loka. Onam, the same day is celebrated because Mahabali has been killed by Vishnu. The same day is celebrated, you also have wonderful feast and food. The same day you celebrate in Kerala because Mahabali comes back to life. These traditions are there with us. That is Indian diversity. Now who is a good Hindu? Malayalis go to the Ayyappa temple. Who is a good Hindu, sir? No, sir, who is a good Hindu? Will they give certificates that they'll say that I am telling you who's a good Hindu? Why is all this being brought up here and creating a mayhem in the country? When in this august house of the parliament, you bring in all these stories of Mahishasura and Durga, etc. And let me remind them, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, a former prime minister, after the Bangladesh war, he called Indira Gandhi Ma Durga. In this very house, sir. In this very house, Mrs. Indira Gandhi refused to accept the title, saying that there are many Bahujans, many Dalits who worship Mahishasura, so I will not accept this title of Ma Durga. This house, sir, the records, you get them out. Why are you bringing in all that here? And whose pamphlet are you quoting?
Sita,
What are you authenticating?
please get the record. Since you are speaking only on record, please get the record of this debate.
Yeah, I will.
Let's decide a lot of what you are saying, because every word that the minister has spoken, she has it authenticated by the registrar of university, what is the kind of pamphlets which were circulated. She is not coming out with fiction. You are, and therefore you've said something about Atalji and Indiraji from the record of the House. Please bring it up.
Sir, all these pamphlets were examined by a committee in JNU, a proctoral committee in JNU. They settled this. They settled this issue, and after that it was reopened. That is also a fact. That is also on record here. That is also on record here.
Attested by the registrar that this pamphlet was distributed.
I'm sorry, that is also on record here. Examine them. I'm also saying that's also on record here.
So you're saying
the proctorial committee, I'm not hearing that. The proctorial committee. The proctorial committee has exonerated. Proctorial committee is exonerated.
Have they denigrated the name of Madhurga? Is that what Sitaram is trying to say? Is he now giving a respectability for denigrating the name of Durga? Settle कर दिया हमने? क्या settle किया आपने? इस देश में माँ दुर्गा के भक्तों की आस्था को settle किया
Now,
आपने?
please.
सीताराम येचुरी
Sir, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, please conclude. Now, please, all of you take your seat.
Sir,
All of you take seat, and Yechury may please conclude.
all the facts are
All of
here.
you sit down. Yechury may please conclude after that. Leader of the House. Yechury may please conclude. All of you take. Sit down. Let him conclude. Let him conclude. Yechury may please conclude. All of you sit down.
Sir,
It is 3:15.
sir,
We have only.
newly appointed vice chancellors, registrars, their authentication, can it be accepted as authentication of members of parliament and ministers under oath of this constitution? Will you accept that as authentication here? If somebody is authenticated to the minister, I am saying without the authentication here, under the constitution, this constitution in which they have taken oath as ministers, will they present anything here on that basis of that authentication? And at what basis are you talking of this?
Okay.
Sir, I was
And on
asked
that
Now-
basis,
now
let
conclude.
them have.
to authenticate
No,
from the
sir.
university.
Sir,
That
I'm
such
sorry,
blasphemous things were
I mean,
spoken.
this is
I
very
was
serious
yesterday
in
charged
this,
to
what
prove
our Prime
I was
Minister
saying
calls
is
the
right
temple
or
of
wrong.
democracy.
Yesterday the
In
debate
this
was not
temple of
allowed.
democracy,
I kept on begging
without
and
such
pleading and showing
authentication
the
here on the
paper
table.
Now I am-
that this is not.
Okay,
Can you?
now conclude.
No, sir,
I have time constraint.
I
This
want
is
this to
No,
be recorded.
Brother, sit down. Now sit down. Let him complete.
So are all
No,
issues
Minister,
which
please.
expose
Minister, sit down. Let him complete.
supposed to be
Let him complete. You sit down.
No,
Let him
sir,
complete.
what is-
Let him finish. Sit down.
He
Let
wants
him finish.
evidence.
No,
He
Minister,
has
sit down.
time in again.
Sir, what is
Accuse
this?
me of
No,
patronizing.
I'll find you two,
Prove it to
all
me.
of you together. Please,
Sir.
Minister, please.
Sir, she's quoted Macbeth to say, fair is foul, foul is fair. And she's making all foul fair. She's making all foul
Okay, now you
fair here
conclude.
without any authentication.
Now,
Now, who gave that authentication?
okay, I will
Where
go
you-
through.
No,
Now,
no, sir.
actually,
No, no, sir.
I will go through the records. Now, listen. Now, listen, let me say.
Registered
Now you-
working under the ministry
No, I will decide it. No,
authentication.
Tabanson,
of a roadside.
Tabanson, it is not going on record. Your leader is speaking. What is this?
Responsibility taken by any man.
No. This is not a market sit down. I will go through.
Evidence in his house.
Now, please. Now, please.
And signed
Mr.
by the
Smriti, now please,
Jawaharlal
Taban, sit down.
Nehru Students
Taban,
Union.
I am not allowing you.
Signed
Minister,
by
I am not allowing you.
the President
Minister,
Kanhaiya
please.
Kumar, Vice
Minister,
President
please.
Rashid, sir.
Sit down, Minister. Please take your seat. I will
Once I
see.
condemn the charge,
Now, please,
this
I
is
will
not
go through the
some mere
record.
pamphlet.
Now,
This
please,
is a permitted
Minister, please
communication.
don't do this. I will go through the records and see if the documents which she has quoted has been authenticated and subject to rules if the authentication is valid or not, and I will come back to the house.
Yes.
Now you conclude, please.
No,
now you
no.
conclude, please. Now you conclude.
Yes, sir.
Now you conclude.
Let me say.
So because 3:15.
No, what I did?
I
warned you.
already said.
I warned you. So therefore.
I
said
already
it is
said 3:15 we have to switch over to private members bill.
Yes, sir. But the point is, let
So
me
you conclude? No.
Let me conclude.
You made your point.
Sir,
You conclude.
I'm making the point.
Yeah. You conclude.
We don't quote all these things without verification.
No, that you already said.
As evidence.
No, I will go through.
Sir, my final point I want to say, please do not, and I'm beseeching through you to the government, please do not pass off unauthenticated, unverified statements of this nature as evidence and try to argue your case.
I will go through and come back to the house.
Come back to me. You'll have
Come
to
back
take
to the house.
action.
Yeah, I'll take action. I will come
You'll
back.
take action in this.
Yes. If it is unknown.
Yes.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yes, you take action.
Yeah. Okay, now sit down. Now sit down. Can I go switch over to? Yes.
I think the core of the debate was some anti-India slogans. If as a final point, Mr. Yechury can condemn them also, we'll be very grateful.
I've done it in my speech, Mr. Leader of the House.
Yeah.
If you
Come back to that.
No, if you have heard it,
We have condemned those things.
we have heard it. I've also said, which you cannot say,
That was done.
Which
But
you-
your case is an institutional murder.
and I have also said,
Murder.
sir, I have also said,
Concocted evidence.
Sir.
Concocted video.
sir,
This is the case here. Argue
Sir.
the case.
sir, I have
now-
Honorable leader asked me a question. I'm going to answer him. I've answered it already. We have condemned all these anti-India acts. Prove them.
Or I will switch.
Prove them.
Okay,
And what is
Yechury
your
now.
credible evidence?
Yechury, you
Prove
said
them.
everything.
Now
you cooperate.
No,
Yeah.
sir,
Now, we have only one
Last
piece
minute.
of proof.
Last
Mr. Yechury, we have only one piece
La-
of proof for you, which is the statement issued by the Student Federation of India, for which you have been a member for several years.
Yes, I
They
know.
also condemned it.
So-
So you please condemn.
And we have done it. We have done
Okay.
it. Sir, please make
Now you please.
break the record.
Now you
Sir,
conclude.
please
Now you conclude.
make the record of my speech available to the leader.
Yes.
And please underline those
Okay.
sections where
Yeah.
I've condemned it.
Okay.
I've also
You
said
already condemned, I know.
No, I also said one thing. I cannot accept a situation, sir, sorry. That where Nathuram Godse will be a national hero.
No,
and
no, you
I'm-
said all these
I'm
things.
Of course you said it. Of course you all said it.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, private members business. Now listen. Now please. Sit down. Now we take your private members business. We have already taken, I think, how many minutes? 48 minutes. Listen, please. Now sit down. We have already taken 48 minutes for the private members' time. Therefore, we start private members' business now, and after 5 p.m., 48 minutes will be added to the private members' bill, so that the private members will be over at 5:48 only. Now, private members' business, introduction of bills. Bills for introduction, Code of Criminal Procedure. No. I already said private members. Now it cannot be.
No, I have
No. It is. I announced. Now it cannot be.
A clarification
Not at
from
all.
you.
I announced private
No, sir.
members. Now it cannot
I
be.
have a clarification from the chair.
For private members, okay.
From the chair.
Okay, Bo, tell me.
You said up to 5:48,
Ah.
private members. After that, that's it.
After that, we will adjourn. What should do?
That's what I wanted the clarification.
What else will should do?
So that the government
After that,
does not
House will be adjourned.
sneak from the back door.
No.
business.
No.
That's why I wanted
After that, House will be adjourned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After that, House will be adjourned whether I am in the chair or any vice chairman is in the chair. Okay? Now.